Hey guys, Cody with Evolution. I had a question from a client regarding carbohydrates and cheat meals, and I've actually had this question, or these questions, from several clients over the last week. So I figure I need to knock this out in a way that's not just going to require me wearing out my thumbs in text messages. So we're going to start out with the first one. Why am I scheduled for X number of carbohydrates? Why not twice that amount? What happens whenever I cross that threshold? Well, the reason you're scheduled for it is threefold. Number one, total calories. And I say I don't count calories, and I really don't, but we know, generally speaking, by setting up the amount that you've got, you're going to be eating fewer calories. So fewer calories in plus more calories out means that we're going to see some total scale weight loss. Number two, we want to modulate your insulin sensitivity, meaning that it takes less insulin to get you to uptake all the nutrients that you get from your food. And number three, we want to modify leptin and ghrelin. Now those are the hormones that make you hungry or sated, or that make you feel hungry and sated after you've eaten specific things, or to get you to eat specific things. Whenever we have you keying off correctly with all those hormones, then you see your body respond more readily to the desire to lose fat. We see you recovering from your workouts faster. We see lower stress, especially in the nervous system and, of course, in the endocrine system. Because the less insulin you have to put out, it's the exact same thing as using less braking on your car when you're driving down the interstate. You're not going to be wearing any of your systems out. Now, the second question is about the cheat meals, and I am going to bounce back to that what happens when I cross the threshold, because I have to answer this cheat meal question first. With cheat meals, that is the exact same thing as with the total carbohydrates. We're trying to reset leptin, ghrelin, and insulin, but also it helps your gut bacteria respond more to overall environmental stresses, because there's going to be things present in food, in the water that you drink, that we really can't account for. Also, most people need a strong insulin boost about once every 7 to 14 days, depending on insulin sensitivity, training history, health history, and overall physique and health goals. All of that can be modified through several different hormones. The most common is testosterone. And we're not just talking about TRT or steroid use or anything of that nature. I'm talking about how you actually respond to resistance training and to your food. Now, the insulin is super important in this, because with the cheat meals, what they're designed to do is to spike your insulin and then drop it off very quickly. We're basically yo-yoing that particular hormone. But by doing that, we also key off certain responses that make you more hungry for healthier food later and make you more sated from eating that food quicker. So again, that accounts for lower total calories. Now, I'm not counting specific numbers for the calories. I just want them to be slightly lower, and we can usually do that just by volume of food. I think John Berardi has an infographic that is absolutely perfect for illustrating that. Now, having said that, bouncing back to that, what happens whenever I cross the carbohydrate threshold on my meal plan? Well, what you're going to see is increased levels of insulin throughout the day. That's one of the reasons I don't like, unless you're a bodybuilder or power lifter, eating 6 evenly spaced meals or evenly sized meals throughout the day, because that is going to lead to increased insulin in your system all the time. Now, we'll see tendencies in muscle cells of non-heavy resistance training. And when I say heavy resistance training, I mean loads in excess of 80% of your 1 rep max. And exposures to those loads, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice now. Exposures to those post 80% 1 rep maxes 2 to 4 times a week. Most of my clients are not going to train at that intensity, because there are certain things that come up that have to be looked at elsewhere that are really outside the scope of this video and outside the scope of my training system. The reason that we have you on the carbohydrate load that we're on, that's going to let us see the most fat mobilization. That's going to let us spike and drop your insulin without causing you any adverse health effects. And it's going to help us control total caloric values. Not just loads, but the values, the actual nutrients that you're getting from that food. That's why I say you can eat a whole lot of one thing, not a whole lot of another. In particular, those beans. Yes, there are some usable sugars in beans. There's a lot of other stuff in there. But what you don't see is the insulin blunting effect of that fiber. Same thing with your vegetables. You're almost going to have no sugar or free sugars in most of your vegetables. And you add in the fact that you've got all that fiber and then all those phytochemicals, you see almost a net negative on that sugar even whenever it's present. So I hope that was not super convoluted, because I know those topics can kind of loop in on themselves a few times. If y'all have any further questions, please give me a call, 1-888-706-7473. Shoot me an email at cody@evolution-fts.com, or just leave me a comment down below. Also, I'll have a link to a book that really goes into deep, well, semi-deep explanation. It's a quick and dirty diet guide to faster fat loss, and I'm a really big fan of the author, so I think you should check that out. Again, everything that you need to know is probably down in the description. If you didn't get anything out of this video of value, please let me know, preferably with one of those thumbs up things. That tells me how bad a job I did. Thanks, guys.